Thank you for joining us on the Real Authentic People podcast. My name is Maya.
And I'm Sade.
And I'm Donna.
And we are ran by the Diversity and Equity Center. We aim to be a transformative, anti-oppressive center that disrupts white dominant culture and inspires marginalized students to unapologetically take up space, be leaders and decision makers of social change in our communities. We're located in Black Hall 101. We're open Monday through Friday, 10 to 7. On Fridays, we close at 5.
And here at the deck, we offer 3 affinity programs, the first of which is called Thrive, and Thrive aims to create supportive and validating spaces for women of color to show up unapologetically as their full selves. We focus on developing leadership skills to support women of color students on campus, examining systems of power, privilege, and oppression as it relates to the walk experience, and building lasting relationships and connections. This is a great op to connect with women of color across campus. And the second affinity program that we offer here is the Men of Color Affinity Group, which is also called MOCA. And this is dedicated to fostering a supportive community that empowers men of color through dialogue, mentorship, and advocacy. We aim to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion by addressing issues of identity, masculinity, and social justice while providing a space for personal and academic growth.
Our third affinity program is QFAM. QFAM is a support program for LGBTQIA identifying students. They engage in study sessions, fun activities, identity exploration, community building, and forming connections with other LGBTQIA identifying faculty and staff across campus. Here at the DEC, we also provide 2 other programs, one of which is called Culture Corner, and Culture Corners are a place to foster discussion around socially relevant topics.
Another program we have here at the deck is Find Your People, a space to collaborate with student organizations and clubs across campus to facilitate community building opportunities around certain identities. Past Find Your People events have included First Time in College, LGBTQ plus BIPOC, bisexual identities, and multiracial students. So yesterday, Day, you were kind of teaching me a little bit about Kwanzaa, and I just found out a lot of things that I didn't, know about it before. And I remember I, grew up, seeing random little, Kwanzaa things, but I think it's, history and meaning was, so interesting.
Definitely interesting. We only started talking about Kwanzaa because we were trying to, form some type of meeting for Black Student Union to talk about, the holidays and the Black experience here in this country. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Did I know Kwanzaa was this type of event for Black Americans and Black people? No, I did not. I thought Kwanzaa was a whole different religious
So did I. That's what really, really surprised me when you were talking to me about it yesterday, that it was primarily celebrated by African American people here.
Yeah. And so when we were looking up information about it, so Kwanzaa is a week-long celebration observed from December 26th to January 1st, primarily in the U.S., to honor African heritage and culture. It was created in 1966 by Dr. Malana Karenga, a professor of Africana Studies, as a way to bring African Americans together and celebrate their roots. So basically, what I understood from doing research about it and stuff, it's just 7 days. We have 7 core values for each day, come together, light the candles, have the meal together, and then we just basically celebrate each other. Did you know about Kwanzaa at all?
No. I found out about it, the reason behind it, in high school, and that's a whole different story in itself that I don't think we can delve into.
Jeez. That's real, though. So, each day of Kwanzaa, I'm just going to read them. So, the first day is unity. The second day would be self-determination. And the third day is collective work and responsibility. The fourth day is cooperative economics. The fifth day is purpose. The sixth day is creativity. And the seventh day is faith.
Aww.
I know, they're so cute. So basically, each day is dedicated to one of the principles. Families come together around the candle holder, which is called a kinara, and they share meals, storytelling, music, and gift giving. Kwanzaa is not a religious holiday, but a cultural one, emphasizing values that encourage community building and cultural pride. That's what I like to see. But when I was doing my research and stuff, it made it very clear that Kwanzaa is not in replace of Christmas. I thought that was very interesting.
I think it's really interesting that it was made and it was created in 1966. I'm that's really not that long ago if you think about it.
For real. And when we were looking at this, I was thinking to other things I've seen, New Africa, but Africa spelled with a K, which is somebody correct me if I'm wrong. It's either Georgia or it's Atlanta, something like that. It's down south, and it's like just a really heavily populated place of African American people, and it's called New Africa. And like,
Really?
yeah, I didn't know that. And it was created in like, y'all, somebody fact check me, but like somewhere around the 90s or something.
Oh, I heard a little bit about this. I think it was Atlanta.
Atlanta, okay.
Fact check me too.
But I just think how kind of amazing it is how we can still be prosperous in whatever holidays are to us and still like look forward to the future. I don't know. That didn't really make a lot of sense, but
No, it made sense. It made sense to me.
yes, I just kind of appreciate the prosperity that we have still.
Yeah. As somebody who like is just like not super into, I don't know, Christmas and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, this is really nice that this is like about like each other and like your family. Like,
Yes.
I love that.
I love that so much. And I think it's kind of crazy how the POC experience with holidays is so much different than the mass majority's holidays. Because I don't know, we were talking about this at BSU too. The idea of telling my kids that a jolly old, voluptuous looking man is finna drop down into my home after I done worked 3 double triple shifts to afford these gifts. You gonna tell me he just magically said, ho, 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 here, bye.
That's scary.
That's not real. And he's not black neither, okay? So, no. He don't exist. Santa don't exist. The Easter Bunny don't exist. None of them. The Tooth Fairy, none of them. I got money. You got money. Period. That's what I'm going to tell my kids. Mm-hmm.
If you need to take a breather, feel free to pause the episode if anything you learned recently was not to your knowledge previously. You'll give yourself
It's a good
break.
read.
Please.
It's a good read. I like the article you were showing me yesterday.
Yes, sir. Oh, the one about,
It was about Kwanzaa.
it was about Kwanzaa? Was it the Michael Harriet one? Or the one we were looking at with, shout out Miss Stewin.
I think it was one we were looking at with
Oh, Miss Stewin, yeah. Oh, yeah, I like the article, too.
So I think let's just move on to our next topic, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So something else we're going to be discussing today, I'm sure has taken over some form or in some way has been in your algorithm in some kind of capacity, regardless if it's what we mention or not. So have you guys seen Clean Girl Aesthetic?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
and I feel like everyone is kind of, not everyone, but everyone in my circle has been kind of like that's what they aspire to be. But it's just interesting to see because the people in my circle, in this campus at least, it's not very, I guess you could.
Wait, what did they envision being a clean girl aesthetic?
It's like.
Okay, I have some definitions.
No, you're good.
So what is clean girl aesthetic? It's a trend in fashion that depicts something that is clean and effortless, and this look is defined by like soft and neutral tones, having silhouetted outfits, things that are like perfectly tailored to you, slick back hairstyles, and like that understated makeup look. And essentially the goal is to like achieve this like really polished and effortless look, and without the impression of like a lot of effort basically. And the key elements of this include neutral clothing color palettes, gold jewelry, hoop earrings, and minimalist makeup like dewy skin and fluffy brows. So yeah, so the clean girl aesthetic
Is that what they look like?
It's what they aspire to look like. I don't know. I feel like I'm a little guilty of wanting kind of some of this, but I'm a gold girl, guys. I'm a gold girl. That hasn't changed since birth. So this is not like one of those things that like I just saw and I was like, oh my god, yes, I'm gonna go gold now. No, but like I will say that I don't know, like when I see it on certain demographics versus other demographics, some people are kind of praised a little bit more. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I think my interpretation of like the clean girl aesthetic is basically just a really hardcore like what am I trying to say? Like polished, very Eurocentric view of beauty. So I just feel like it really plays into respectability politics that exists in this country. And from a couple videos I've seen, like there were certain people who could never achieve or accomplish this look only based off the fact of the race that they were or the color of their skin. It didn't matter if they were actually like a clean girl or like a clean person. It was like you can't achieve this look or this aesthetic because you're just inherently dirty.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And I think what's crazy is that I feel like a lot of the people, like the celebrities and like media users that we see surrounding this, is primarily women like Hailey Bieber, Kendall Jenner, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're kind of being regarded pioneers and creators and founders of the clean girl aesthetic, when literally like so many of these elements are something derived from Black and brown culture and femininity. So I just think that's interesting. Like something about seeing the look of things that were like in my proximity and like on me and stuff as a child on white women, and then they get to just walk around and depict a completely different image of it. And I feel like this is like a very like brown girl experience. My mom would slick back my hair so hard with the gel and everything up until I was like 12, every single day. And I remember like people around me thought that was like weird almost, or they were always just like, wow, like your hair's so slicked back. Like I remember like my hair was like really really slicked back like all the time. And I feel like that kind of also like pushed me to like stop wanting to like put my hair up and like slick it back, because it made me feel some kind of way about like the perception of it. And now white women just get to like walk around like that, and like it's like their style and their aesthetic and very clean girls. So it's like, where was this energy when I was a kid? Like what?
Literally.
I feel like slick back is definitely something new to the white community.
Please, yes, please, yes, and their sticky bangs,
It definitely is new to them, because like I literally was speaking to someone just recently. I don't remember if I told the story in the podcast, but like they discovered gel for the first time, and they like came to me
about this.
Yeah, they came to me. They're like, "Oh my gosh, look at my hair." I was like, "Yes." And then they're just like, you know, like, "Oh, I use gel. That's why it's so slicked back." I was like, "It looks the same. It looks, it doesn't look any different." But
There's
like,
no story.
also you've seen me use gel every day, so like, what reaction were you expecting?
Yeah, like
from
why
me?
is it special for you?
Yeah,
I don't get that.
Also,
I don't
you
get that.
used my. I mean, not my product, but you used the same brand as me, and I didn't like that either, because now you're gonna drive up the prices for me.
Bro,
when it's not needed for you.
Bro, literally.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I really hate about these aesthetics and people trying to achieve them. Bro, you're going in the wrong communities, you're hiking up their prices, and now people who need the stuff can't get the stuff, and now we all just walk around looking crazy.
And another thing about like, I remember the clean girl aesthetic when it first came out was white women started oiling their hair and like using that to like slick it down, then wearing it out. And I was like, I've never like, I like when you oil your hair and stuff, I usually do it like on like a weekend or like a nighttime, because like I don't like I don't like feeling like greasy or like looking greasy when like I'm out living my life.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's really like, that was interesting to me. That was seriously like, whoa. And then this kind of ties back into this, how you were saying like drive up the prices. Can we talk about how when white women started oiling their hair, found out about the rosemary oil and Miel and stuff, Miel literally changed their formula in order to cater to the white demographic that was suddenly seeking this like self-care habit. You know what I mean?
There's other brands.
Yeah.
Stick to Moroccan oil or something. I don't know.
Moroccan oil.
But
Period.
they literally made a whole different bottle, and they labeled it as it was for low porosity hair. And I was like, seriously?
For low porosity
I was
hair.
like, as someone who doesn't have high porosity to begin with, and I was already using the old formula, which controversy in itself considering the Miel stuff that's going on. But it worked for me. The old formula worked for me. So I
really liked the old formula too.
I know who you're talking about when you're saying low porosity. And then I saw I remember because I went to Target back home, and that's the only place I would really get my hair products, because they had like not the only place, but like if I wanted something and like I'm on the go, like I'm at Target, you know. I saw it was the last bottle. It was the last bottle of hair oil. I looked at her because she was white, and she was like looking at me. I was like, I immediately grabbed it and I walked away.
That's hilarious. That's
How
hilarious.
how do you guys think this aesthetic or aesthetics like this and trends like this make people view Black and brown women?
Okay, so here's something else I want to point out.
Burn.
The whole slick back look with like the clear lip gloss and lashes and stuff. When white women do it, it's clean girl aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think something that we've all, at least once in our lives, ran into is when a black or brown woman does it, and like the media coins terms to demonize them, like hot Cheeto girl. So it's just like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just like there's a huge disconnect in society there. Like, there's some inherently biased people out there in the world, which, okay. And I think that plays into how we talk about it in the media, because it's like we see things like hot Cheeto girl skits and all this other stuff, and it's like you turn around and you put that same exact look on a white woman in a Lulu set, and it completely changes the narrative and the depiction and how you view her.
Yeah.
Also, Lulu the brand is racist, so just
Yes.
I have
Yes.
thoughts on that already. So
Yeah, no, we can literally talk about that right now, dude, because I was also thinking about this earlier. Like, this aesthetic itself kind of sells a certain lifestyle, a certain like sequence of habits and stuff, and there are several brands tied to that, in my opinion. Like, I feel like there's always like a brand new thing that like the clean girl aesthetic TikTok has to have, and somebody on there is telling you, oh my god, this is the next like fall must have and all this other stuff. And these are things that are like priced at a rate that aren't necessarily accessible to the average consumer, because you go online and you see somebody who's like, oh, clean girl aesthetic, and then they do a haul of 12 Lulu tops and 12 Lulu, the little, I don't know what the shorts are called. I feel like they have a name or something.
Lords?
I feel like they have like a name or something. And you're doing huge, massive hauls like that, and it's like you're perpetuating this whole thing of classism in our faces as well. And by these brands being tied to it, you are letting us know that there's exclusivity and a financial tie to this in the end too.
Come on now. I feel like
go.
No,
Go,
I was gonna
'cause-
make a comment. I feel like because today I feel like today we're more, I don't want to say woke, but more culturally aware. Or something, I don't know. And like it matters what the brand you're wearing does. It matters what they think.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's really funny for brands to be like openly racist and like you said, like just like broadcast exclusivity, especially like when brands that are just like sizes from small to a large and don't include any like plus size clothing, any like really petite size clothing, and it's just like you need to be this one way or else you're outside of the norm, which makes you ugly, which means like you can't be one of us, you can't be like us type thing. And that's just what it like made me think about.
I like Brandy Melville. But with Lulu, I was literally just thinking about like when like the word Lululemon was made, like that's their brand name, so that way like it's targeted against the Asian community. Like because the founder was like, well, he specifically was targeting Chinese people, and he said they can't say Lulu correctly. And that's based off of one interaction that he had with one Chinese person who couldn't allegedly say Lulu correctly. Because apparently in his words, this is all his words, he says that they say it as Lula. So he created Lululemon to make fun of them. So that way they couldn't say it correctly. And so also, to me at least, like when you like when these women advertise like, oh, let's wear Lululemon and this is clean. All that shows to me is that you don't care about the dirty past.
Yeah.
You're just trying to like, you're just shining away. Also, the dirty hair. Because let's be so for real.
Girl, that built up on the scalp, I can see it.
And like, it's so funny because like some things on my For You page, once the whole clean girl aesthetic started like kind of like boom, I guess you could say. Like there was tutorials on how to do a slick back, and it was.
I will never forget seeing that on TikTok. I was like, you've got to be kidding me right now.
I was like, oh, interesting.
Can we not have anything?
And it wasn't like with gel. It was like, so this is how I do it to not break my hair, and I use a hair mask. I use this very moisturizing hair mask, and I slick my hair back because it's so good for you, because gel just doesn't give moisture. Babes, that's not good for your hair either. Over moisturizing your hair is not. I'm not gonna say anything, but it's fine.
It's fine.
What do you mean it's
Please.
so good for you? I'll let you figure that out on your own. But it was so interesting because then I saw everyone in the comments and some people who looked like me were like, okay, so where's the tutorial for 4C hair? And I was like,
That part.
but the thing is, like, it doesn't even matter because we already know how to do this. It's just you're doing it in a because this specific person that I watched, and this was years ago, so I can't really like. Sorry, I can't give you guys the precise video, but she said, "Yeah, everyone can do this." You don't mean everyone. You don't mean everyone because you use this fine-tooth comb to rake through your hair, and she didn't use anything else. She's like, "All you need is a fine-tooth comb, water, and a hair mask." I was like, "Oh, really?"
Oh.
Where's the 4C hair
Interesting
tutorial? That's where interesting flavors.
And I think other things that, like, there's just so I think it's really funny how white people can steal from like 5 different cultures at once.
At the same time, and put it in one movie.
At the same time, and they put it all together, and it's like something that I feel like also falls into the whole perpetuating racism and all this other stuff is that there's absolutely zero recognition about where any of these things originated from. And we see this all throughout history. Like, black and brown people and black and brown women receive zero credit or anything about things that they've put out into the mainstream media and created and stuff like that. And I think what's really interesting about the clean girl aesthetic and how it perpetuates racism is because, like, so in gold hoops, they were popularized particularly in the 60s and 70s because of the Black Power movement, and women like Angela Davis were wearing them and at the forefront of that movement. And in the 90s, women like Salt and Peppa brought this back to the mainstream media. And also during the 90s, there was this trend among like cholas in Southern California, and like you guys know, like the look, like the slick back, and then like the clear gloss, and then the like lip liner and stuff like that. And it's like that was like originated from like black women, and then like it's, I don't know, it's just like this, I get it, like fashion history is awesome, like it's really really cool because you see how these things kind of bounce back and forth from community and how they take it and do one thing with it. And like one thing that I loved reading about Mexican American women in Southern California was how their image and their like rebranding of beauty and how they would style and do their makeup and stuff was all rooted in the ideology of they were fighting against their machista culture and like their patriarchal culture and stuff like that. And it was supposed to be like a feeling and a look of rebelling. And now 20 to 30 years later
The clean girl aesthetic.
The exact people you're rebelling against.
I'm like, okay, so obviously, like, for one, it's kind of fascinating that colonization and colonialism can translate itself all the way up to our current makeup and fashion trends.
Literally. Like, when white women, like, do their edges and stuff. I know we talked about it a little bit.
The sticky bangs.
Yes, the sticky bangs. It just, like, I don't know. That and this whole aesthetic just really, like, irk me down to my bones. Because it's, like, I know there's positives and negatives wherever you look and whatever people you're looking at. But I even think that when black women retake, like, the whole hoochie mama culture thing and rebrand that, and with our same looks of the gold jewelry, the hoop earrings, and the, you know, doing all that is, like, special. And, like, to watch other people, especially Caucasian women, who have for generations have hated on black women for the way that their bodies proportion, the way that they look, and honestly, all women of color, is like, what are we here for? Like, what are we doing this for? Like, you don't even, first of all, you don't even have edges, all right? You're cutting your hair down, all right? Have you seen those videos? They like cut the front of their, oh my gosh. And then put themselves in spaces where they can have proximity to women of color and then assimilate themselves into whatever culture that person that's trying to attach to is. And then now they made it.
Yeah, and then they get to walk out the room and show all their other white friends, like, look, I'm so interesting. Like,
Exactly.
I've learned so many cool things and stuff, and it's like, it's just not. What that tells me is that there's obviously a lack in personality and in your own personal
Yes.
interests and hobbies and stuff, because it's like, I think it's awesome when, like, to meet people who, like, are so, like, very authentically, like, created their own, like, style and stuff. So something about meeting or seeing people who have done all this work to fit into a specific box of
Mm-hmm.
like a specific look kind of scares me, because I'm like, the media is doing far too much. The media is ingrained itself into our lives far, far too much. And I especially hate that TikTok Shop added into this. I don't care what anybody says. I literally hate scrolling on TikTok, bro, because it's like everything now is just like a walking ad. Everybody on there is a walking ad, basically. And they're always saying, like, they're always talking about, like, a new bag or the new headphones or this or that. And then they link it directly onto their video. And it's like, everybody, you have 100,000 followers. Everybody now is going to see this, see the link, click it, and potentially or potentially not buy the product that you are promoting. And in return, you get a kickback in money, while the rest of the people who are watching are letting you influence them. And just like they think that they want to buy into this lifestyle, and they see that you have this lifestyle, so that they just keep buying the same things that you more. It's like, no, guys, no.
Oh my gosh, this reminds me of a conversation that we. This reminds me of a conversation we had the other day. We're talking about how when Caucasian people talk to a person of color, and they're talking about their struggle and their hard life and poverty, and then, sorry, and then we talk back to them, and then
Yeah.
they receive that attention, internalize it, and therefore it influences them. And then it's like, reminded me when you said they buy the things that we have to try to get into our lifestyle, and then to try to be like that person or be like that aesthetic or that influence. And I'm not saying that this is a person of color's problem and that we're the problem influencing them, because we're not.
We didn't tell you to.
Exactly. We never told you to do none of this. But it's just like, when you give them that, even if it's a little, oh, right. I had to learn the hard way.
Oh, I'm sorry, girl.
I know, me too. But like, when you talk back to them and they internalize that, then now they're genuinely like living that truth. That's what I noticed the other day. Like, they genuinely, like, not they, but in my personal opinion too, this is all in my personal opinion. Like,
As always, everything is an opinion.
yes.
An opinion I agree with heavily.
But like, Caucasian people genuinely, like, in my opinion again, and like live in this truth and this notion, like they are full, like you can't convince them of anything else, because this is exactly like what they live, type of thing. Just how men can't fathom feminism, in my opinion. So it's just like, you think you're right because you're living right. I think I'm right because I'm living right, and you're doing me wrong. But in like, if you're looking at it, you're both right, even though one is clearly wrong. And it's just like, I can't win for losing, because you can't fathom or understand what I'm telling you about. So I just like realized that. That was it.
I had a totally random topic in my head earlier
No, please
after
go.
the sticky bangs, and it was the Mamma Mia hair.
Mamma Mia hair.
It's a twist out.
What?
That's all it is.
On
I don't
what?
know what you're talking about.
On
It's-
white people.
Yeah. So basically, they wanted the effortless beachy look without having to use heat, because oh my gosh, that's just the worst enemy, right? It's been the worst enemy. That's why we invented heatless curls with the socks, and with the toilet paper, with the
Can we
tin
invent
foil.
heatless straightening, bro? I want them to invent heatless straightening. Somebody get on it.
But they need our curls because
Yeah.
how else are they supposed to feel close to us? No.
Right.
But
Ooh. That was a good one.
they
Tea.
wanted they wanted
Catchy.
like wavy beach hair without having to like whatever. So the braids weren't enough for them. Like they couldn't do like the 2 braids apparently, because they're like, it just looks too forced. Like literally a comment I saw, it looks too forced. So if you look up Mamma Mia hair, it's basically like they'll put it in different twists or they'll either do one twist or like they'll do two twists, whatever,
Yeah.
and then they'll twist out. It looks botched. It does not look good at all. But they're just like, it just looks so effortless. It looks so beachy. It just looks like your curls have fallen, but your curls didn't look right in the first place. They look janky. But
They look janky.
I
it's a twist out.
Right.
It's, oh my gosh, I learned something new. And then thankfully there are a lot of black women in the comments who caught it, and they're just like, so a twist out. And they're just like, yeah, but it looks like Mamma Mia hair, so we're calling it that. Okay.
No.
Wait, can you show me?
Yeah, I just looked it up, and then like, this is the first.
Yeah, that's
vid.
the video that I saw.
This is the vid.
Yeah, it was
Reaction compilation.
Yeah, live
time.
reaction right now.
Live
Wait,
reaction.
show me.
Yeah, this is just it. She's just twisting. Okay,
Oh.
that's funny.
And the results aren't even that great. And the best part is, the funny part at least to me is, some people are saying like it's best to do this after you've gone to the beach, or after you've been like after your hair has been fully dipped in the sea. Like that's when you get the best results, because sea,
Yeah.
salt, water. So you're walking around right now with fish poop in your hair and calling it a day.
Fish poop. My biggest issue with these vids is when I first, so we did a live reaction just now. The first 3 vids is black women internalizing this Mamma Mia hair, internalizing the idea to rename our, what did she do, a twist out? She had twist out on, Bohemian hair? She literally said, in the vid, I think we all should just rename the twist out to Mamma Mia hair.
See?
So why would you want to internalize that really stupid rhetoric into your own culture and wear that on top of your head as if black hair politics don't exist for a reason? I don't know.
Wait, will you search up something else?
Yeah.
On there. Search up the hashtag clean girl aesthetic. Because
Yes.
I'm like, it just boggles my mind that whenever you're searching these things up, it's like you can't tell me that these things aren't inherently trying to communicate something, because it's like when you're participating in this aesthetic and this look, it's like you're telling me that you're participating in a certain lifestyle, and in turn certain beliefs that are associated with all of the following. They show all these little like slides and like photo collages of like clean girl aesthetic versus not clean
Yeah.
girl aesthetic, and all that they are showing in the not clean girl aesthetics are literally normal things like crooked teeth
Literally.
and acne. Like, you only never had
Literally.
crooked teeth and acne in your entire life. Oh my god.
And then they have this flick. Look at this flick right here. They have this flick of this black woman just with long natural nails. You cannot tell me that there's not some type of hidden message. And it's like the things that are wrong, just like you said, are regular, normal, simple things. Like your teeth, acne, having damaged hair, having dead skin on your lip, and regular, normal eyebrows and a normal eye color.
Also, when you just quite literally say the word clean girl aesthetic, and then you like just the word clean girl, and you put
Yeah.
it in front of this lifestyle, what you're saying right now is any other lifestyle that isn't like this lifestyle, you are dirty. And by the way, I've seen some of you guys with the clean girl aesthetic. You are dirty. Thank you. You are not clean.
Yes, let's touch
Exactly.
upon that really, really
Because
quickly.
let's talk about a deep clean. A deep clean means moving everything. Okay?
Exactly.
Yes, dude. I fear as if, and you want to know who's the guiltiest of them all of this? Alex Earl. I don't. Oh my God, they doesn't know about Alex Earl.
Look up Alex Earl so that way you can understand
Oh
who
yeah,
we're
look
talking
up Alex
about.
Earl.
Alex Hero? Wait, how do you say his name?
Alex Earl. ALIXEARLE. It's a girl.
Oh.
No.
It's a girl. Surprise! Congratulations.
Wait, why is she? Oh,
She's dirty.
she's crying.
Because I'm gonna explain to you why she's dirty day.
Mm.
Oh.
She would just depict and partake in this really specific lifestyle and stuff, which did include going out and drinking a lot of mind-altering substances and stuff. And then she would like come back online and then like talk about her stories the next day. And I can't get over this. I will never get over it. There was these 2 specific incidents that were particularly like, whoa. One of them was I think the Halloween situation came first. She was at a Halloween party and then just started urinating herself. Like, I don't
That
really
was first.
remember. Yeah, I
That
don't
was
really
first.
remember the context of it. I think she was just like, whatever. Like, I'm just gonna like.
No,
for
like
fun?
it was quite literally just whatever. Like she was too lazy to go to the
Yeah,
bathroom.
yeah, that's what she was. Yeah, yeah. Then the second little instance that was like
Little? No, it was
It's kind of a big deal.
disgusting.
Do you know what I'm talking about? The dress.
Yes.
Yeah. She wore this dress on her birthday and threw up on it and then put it in her closet and was gonna take it to go get dry cleaned. And then it was a year later, she never
Yeah.
took it to go get dry cleaned. Brought the thrown up on dirty dress with her to her new house and she moved it like still dirty. And I was like,
Mind you, it was in the back of her closet this entire time.
Yeah.
This thrown up dress from a year ago. And you guys are gonna tell me that this is the same influencer that like you look up to for something that's like clean girl?
I was like, this is not relatable.
It's not.
This is not relatable content.
And like some
babe.
people were like, "Oh my gosh, like, oh my gosh, me too, me too, me too." I don't think I do that. I don't think I do that. No. You're telling me that it didn't stink within a day? Like the smell
Yeah.
of that closet. It wasn't like a regular like closet. It was like a walk-in closet. No.
Mhm.
Like you're telling me once you open that door, it was just yes, clothes. No, it wasn't like throw up or nothing. You're just that's so bad. And also, I will never get over how like recently, this is quite literally a week ago, everyone's like, oh my gosh, skinny jeans are back because Alex Earl said they're back.
Like, oh my god, please, let's just be original, guys. We don't have to do everything
Please.
that we see online. And, like, it's just so scary to me when I meet people whose whole hobbies and interests and everything that they have and everything that they do is based off of things that they've seen online and stuff. Like, it just scares me. It really, really scares me
Oh
because
my
I'm
God.
like, this is how we, as a society, like, this is about to sound really insane, but clean girl aesthetic is only the first step to us falling more and more into the like right wing as a country. And like, I know that sounds really insane, but I'm serious. Once we as a society start losing originality and like our individuality complex and start wanting to do what all the famous people are doing, it's like that is not good.
I would
This is not
say
good.
wing, but I definitely would say that like we're starting to turn into one of those like dystopian books.
Yeah, like this kind of like I was
like
reading this
Fahrenheit 451.
Yeah, I was reading this thing that's like this whole thing about clean girl aesthetic and old money aesthetic and all this and that. It's dangerous because it's kind of showing us a glimpse of what conservatism looks like and what it looks like to stop being like different in America and stop looking different and stuff. And like it's just this whole pipeline, and it's starting with the young people.
All right, y'all. As always, you know where to find us. You want to keep continuing these conversations. Check us out on Black Hall 1015. We're open from 10 to 7, and then on Fridays just 10 to 5. And as always, y'all, we have these conversations with you guys because it is important for us as consumers and as participants in online platforms about the biases that we hold and how we view women, and more particularly women of color, and what our choices in consumerism say about us and how we see ourselves. Okay? So, y'all, this has been the Real Authentic People podcast, and I'm your host, Sade.
Hey, Maya.
And I'm Donna.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.